Hello everybody, so today I thought I would bring you a sort of help and advice video for anyone that's thinking of going cycling and what stuff you should take really. So here's my bag that I have. It's not the biggest bag in the world, but it does the job. So the first thing I usually take on me, which is the most important thing, is usually a drink. Because usually if you go out on a big long ride, you're going to need a drink, and it sort of keeps you going throughout the day when you're cycling. I've also got another bottle just in case, because this one isn't really, I can drink that quite easily, and it's always good to have a backup bottle. So the next thing I usually take is a pump. I got this one from Tesco's, I believe, and if you're in America you could probably get one from Walmart or something. But this pump has saved me more times than, like, the other day I was cycling and I got a flat tyre, so I just pumped it up and that got me, it was enough to get me home, so that was really good that I had that in my bag. I usually carry a spare inner tube, because the other day I went up a curve too quick and it popped the tyre. I know, it's stupid really, but oh well. Really, if you're going to go buy an inner tube, don't go for a cheap one, because they usually don't last very long. And I mean, I got this one from Halfords. I think it was $6.99, so it's not too bad really, and it's lasted me a few months, so that's really good. Another thing I don't usually do, but I just thought of it this morning, was if you take a lunchbox with you, because usually when you go on a big long ride you usually get hungry, and I've spent so much money on food, it's ridiculous. So if you take a packed lunch with you, it saves you money. And yep. Also, I usually go out in the afternoon for a ride. I know some people go out in the mornings, but it's always good to have your lights. Obviously these are built on your bike. These ones I got from Halfords again. I think they were only about £5, so they're really good and they do the job. Sorry to anyone who's got epilepsy, but yeah, they're really handy. If say you're out and it's getting dark, they're really handy. Otherwise you get mowed down by motorists. I also take this, my Allen key set. I don't know if it's just my bike, but usually my seat gets a bit wobbly when I ride it really far, and that's usually really handy, because otherwise my seat nearly falls off. So it's always good to have. Usually if you buy a puncture repair kit, it comes with one of these, which is really handy, really. So if you pick one of them up, it's a good thing to have. Also, another good thing to have is, stuck in there now, is your wallet, just in case of any emergencies, and usually some money would be good. Just in case you're stuck somewhere and you need to get back home, having money is really useful. So you never know when you're going to need that. As I mentioned before, puncture repair kit is really good, because usually if you get a puncture and you're out on the road, I've never done it, but I'm sure it's quite hard to do it out when you're riding, because usually it says on the instructions you need to be at home, and you fill up the sink with water and you run the inner tube through it to see where the holes are. So when you're out, it's quite hard, unless you've got a really good eye for finding holes in the inner tube there. That's the only way you're going to really fix it. So, and also with the puncture repair kit, to get the wheel off, these two little plastic things, I don't know if you can see them, usually you put them under the rim and then pop it out, and then with that one you measure 2 spokes along and then put that in, and you can run that all the way around and get the inner tube out and try and fix it. So that's probably the best bit of equipment you can probably buy when you go on a bike ride. Also, this little tool, not many people have these, but if you get a slight buckle in your wheel, what I usually do is go around the wheel and check all of the spokes, and it's usually where the bit's buckled, it's usually the spokes a little bit wobbly, and with that you can do the spokes up and try and get the buckle out, because I've noticed I've got a slight buckle in mine. I'll do that later. Another inner tube, because usually I ride with mates, and this inner tube I've got in here, it fits his bike, so it's really useful if, say, one of your friends or that you're riding with gets a puncture, so you can always swap it out. Headphones, they're really useful, just because if you ride on your own, it can get rather boring riding on your own, so headphones are your next best friend with your music. And the last thing I usually take is one of these. These aren't that cheap. I mean, I think this one cost me 20 quid, so not too bad really, but you can get big ones, but I've got this one mostly because I can get it in my bag. You can get massive ones that you keep at home, and they're like £100, or in America it's like $120. So, and these are good if, I mean, I've got a road bike, so these don't really fit my wheels, but if you've got an ordinary mountain bike or whatever, you can get the wheel off, and usually if you've got a puncture you need to take the wheel off, so that's a really handy thing to have. And also at the moment, jacket would be quite good, because in the UK at the moment it's really cold, and I've found going out in your t-shirt's a bit stupid. And the size of my bag, I mean, I can get that in there easily, and usually when you go out on a ride you accumulate quite a lot of rubbish from like taking food and stuff, so yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because it means a lot, and I'll bring you another video really soon. Bye guys.